Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm joined by a very special guest, Lauren Paige. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Doing great, as you know. I'm back at home now. Happy Friday and all that.
Stressful day.
Well, just a little bit, Lauren, just a little bit. But, I'm happy to be here now talking about the best team in the world. Clearly, we both
Absolutely.
I haven't got mine on. Right, that needs an ironing, that's why. So let's talk about, you went to the game, didn't you, against Leeds? What an amazing victory for us. I thought it was going to be a lot closer. And I mean, look, come on, it was 1-0 at one point, and I sort of thought, here we go, we're going to lose. And then, I think, coming out second half, we smashed it. I mean, from what you saw pitch side, what did you make of the game?
Well, firstly, the atmosphere to be back in the stadium was just unreal. And I think through the times of COVID, we've had an issue with a lot of football fans on Twitter. And I think being back in that ground just reminded you how good our fans actually are. So it was really special to get back in there. The atmosphere was just electric, and just the way they played, you could see the players were feeding off that atmosphere, especially the likes of Greenwood. He was absolutely electric. When he scored, you could see what it meant to the fans and you could see what it meant to him. We've all seen the picture as well. Just unbelievable.
It was an amazing goal, wasn't it, from him? He took it so well. And yet again, he just reminds me of Van Persie, the way he just slots balls home. Incredible player. And I even said to someone like a day or two before, someone said, who's better, Saka or Greenwood? And I was like, maybe Saka at the moment because he plays more and he's more important to Arsenal. But Greenwood's going to be, in the next year or two, like the most exceptional player. I think he'll even do more levels than Rashford. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether you agree with that. But
I have very certain opinions about Rashford. So I 100% believe he's going to be better than Rashford, Greenwood. I think he needs that this season, to learn more under Cavani. Yeah. And he can be an out-and-out striker all day long. And I think he's going to be one of the best finishers in the league.
I mean, we were missing Cavani and Varane, and Sancho came on. What was about 70th minute, I think, around then. So that's quite nice to see as well. The fact that we didn't have all of the players that we should have in the first 11, and we still managed to beat Leeds 5-1. Their goal was amazing. I'll give it to Ayling. It was a beautiful goal, but once we bounced back from that, I think it was Greenwood that scored, didn't he? The second goal to put us 2-1 up.
Yeah.
Incredible. I mean, with Varane and Sancho starting, do you think there would have been more goals there, or do you think that was done perfectly by Ollie?
I think it was perfect, in all honesty. I think it'd just be too much to start two new players in the first game of the season against Leeds, which is such a huge fixture for United anyway, now that they are back in the Prem. So for me, I think it would have been too much pressure on Sancho, because if he didn't do anything, if he started and did nothing, he could have got a lot of backlash very quickly, and he could have got people on his backs. So I think Ollie did the right thing by bringing him on. Give him a good amount of game time, but not too much to potentially, cause some questions.
Yeah, you know what? I think you'd have been relieved coming on with that scoreline anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, phew, it's not all on me. Like, I don't have to come and drag back a game from 1-0. And I'm really excited to see them two, especially starting for us. Hopefully against Southampton. But before we go on to the Southampton game, Lauren, you were saying about the fans being back. I mean, how was the experience for you? Like, I mean, it's been a while, right, since you've been there, and
yeah, it was 580 days. I worked it out that I haven't been, but so I've got my season ticket in the Stretford End. So wherever you sat in the Stretford End, you're getting the experience, you're getting the atmosphere. There's no quiet seat, but you can just tell, like the Leeds, you could see in the away end that the Leeds started chanting obviously after their goal, and we just shut them up. And I've seen a lot on Twitter that people say the Leeds fans outsung us. I'm not sure where that's coming from, because we're one of the loudest fan bases in the world, and you could 100% tell in that stadium on Saturday. It was electric. And you know what the best point was? When we unveiled Varane and then he met Rio on the sidelines. There was something about that interaction that just caused everyone, and it wasn't even a full stadium at that point, but everyone just erupted. It was just so special.
Nice. We don't usually do that, do we, Man United? I know Real Madrid and Barcelona like to unveil their players sometimes before games, and they have sellout crowds to watch like someone sign for them. But it was nice to see. Sometimes it can go wrong, that sort of thing, but it went right, and it looked to me like he was very happy to be at the club. And I've seen his like Instagrams and stuff with him in the shirt on, and I think he was watching the game as I don't know,
he was watching the pre-season game, feeding his daughter, I think. Yeah.
So it's really cool. I said to a lot of Man United fans as well, you want players that want to be there, not just for the money. They actually really want to wear the shirt. They're interested in the future process of the team. What do you make of other transfers then, Lauren? Do you think there's anything else is gonna happen? I mean, there's people crying out for a CDM. People also saying that Lindelof's going to do that role. I'm not too keen on that.
I'm a little bit on the. I'm one that's kind of wanting that one.
Fill us in. Why do you think so? I know he used to play there.
Yeah, and I think if you look at him, he's attacking plays, going forward plays, balls forward are unbelievable. Now, the only thing that obviously lets him down is his pace, which is something you do need as a CDM. But I think, and now that we've brought Varane in, he's too much of a good player to be, which I know people have a problem with, but I find Lindelof a bit of a scapegoat when it comes to defensive errors. He's not a bad player in any way, shape or form. If he was, he wouldn't be Sweden's captain, not manager, wouldn't be their captain, you know. So for me, he still deserves a role in that team week in, week out. And I think we're crying out for a CDM. It's not looking like we're going to get one. He's still pretty young. We can work him to his best of his ability. I think if we don't want to spend the money, we can easily fit him into that role.
I think you make a good point there. The fact that we're probably not going to get anybody, and I don't really want the McFred partnership anymore. And there's no disrespect to them, but it's just having two players in that one position doesn't do it for me, because that you lose places in midfield where you could have players that can attack, and I think that's what
exactly.
One person in front of the defense. But I think the thing that worries me is, as he started off as a CDM, I believe, and then he got changed into a centre back. So I worry that changing him back again, or is there a reason why they changed him to a centre back? Is it because he wasn't doing so well at CDM, or I just don't? I'm a bit worried about that, Lauren. Whether that's going to be like we're going to have to do it, and then he might make more errors, more mistakes, because you've got to be a lot more quicker on the ball. I mean, he did do that amazing assist, didn't he?
I really rate him quite highly.
Yeah, I know. Right?
I just think the way he can attack and he can run up the pitch. I think he can play on the ball pretty well. We just need to see it more, and I think we did kind of like the back end of last season.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't work, we can put him back to, cup game centre back. Do you know? So it can be trial and error when we've got the depth of squad that we have at the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing as well. If it doesn't work out and they do it, and then they say, look, you're only going to be in for like FA Cups, the odd Champions League game here and there, if we're playing someone that's not that relevant, and Carabao Cup games, is he really going to want to be here anymore? Because I just feel like being like one of the best players for Sweden. I think he's a captain for Sweden.
Yeah, correct? He just got announced just after the Euros.
There you go. So yeah, he'll want first team football, won't he? And I just worry that we might lose him in the next year or two if he doesn't get used as much. But I can't complain about getting Varane in either, though. That's such a great buy. I mean, 35 million, wasn't it? Plus add-ons.
Yeah, 30 million, yeah. I think, 35, yeah. And because if you look about it, you could think that Arsenal signed Ben White for 50 and we're signing Raphael Varane.
Ben White. I mean, we were looking at Ben White.
Oh, yeah. So glad that never happened because that man was not at his best against Brentford.
It panned the camera straight to his face, and it was just like, should have stayed at Brighton. Yeah. I'll be by the sea.
It was a bit of a laughable performance from him.
It was. Well, we got the Gunners from All Corners at 10 o'clock tonight. Big up Marley from Brazil. He's going to be hosting it, and they haven't talked about the game yet, so going to be a lot of stick. They're always a lot of stick for him and that channel because it's all about Arsenal and
the clown team at the moment.
So what do you think of, I mean, the Southampton at the weekend, Sunday? We were just talking about that, weren't we? They've lost 2 games, 9-0, Leicester and us, of course. You said as well that they can get a good battering sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah. But sometimes they can also be tight in the game and it can be like a 3-2 win for us, you know what I mean, going down 2-0. What are your thoughts on the game? Do you think it's an easy run over or are you a bit...
For me, I don't think it's going to be an absolute walkover like, we had the 9-0. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. But I think they're going to have a bit of confidence under them. They've just signed Ward-Prowse again for 5 years. That's a huge signing that's going to give confidence to the whole team because Ward-Prowse is someone that could easily walk into a different team, but there's something keeping him there. So one player in that signing can impact a full team. And I think that is going to bring a lot of confidence to them this weekend. But I do think we are going to win. In all honesty, I can't see us losing. I can't even see us drawing with them, honestly. But like you said, I think it is going to be closer than your 9-0.
Yeah, I can't see that happening again. I want it to, and I hope Varane gets the hat-trick, remarkably.
Hat-trick for Varane, hat-trick for Sancho.
Be perfect, wouldn't it? It would be good. Yeah, I'm dreaming too much there. Yeah. So you think it's what are your predictions of it, of the score? I know it's difficult. You could either say 15-0 or you could say 3-3, couldn't you? It's
yeah. I think I'm going to go with 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, do you know what? I'd go with that.
I don't want us to concede, but for some reason, I'm still not sold on set pieces and whether we've made any improvements to our set piece defending. So, and they have got the set piece master. So,
yeah, I know. I mean, we're looking good at the back, though. I mean, Luke Shaw as well. I'd say the greatest left back in the world at the moment. Not saying.
I agree.
And Wan-Bissaka, hopefully. What do you make of that situation? Because you also hear links with Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Do you think that's a wise move to get in a player for that price? And is it really going to be a position they're going to both be battling for, or is it a clear winner, Kieran Trippier? Because I think if you pay 50 million for Wan-Bissaka and then you're buying in somebody to sort of help out that position, it doesn't really look good.
I think for me, we've watched it with obviously Telles coming in for Luke Shaw. It can whip someone into shape. and get them playing to their full potential because they're scared of losing their spot. That's why I've made jokes about Varane being the new Telles. I know that's not going to happen, but so that could be that. I think Wan-Bissaka does need proper competition in that that position. I think Wan-Bissaka is one of the best one-on-one defenders we've got in the league. It was criminal how he didn't even get into the England squad. Because obviously I think he don't want to play for England anymore, does he? Because he couldn't get in the squad. So to me that's criminal. But I think bringing in Kieran Trippier, is he the right person to push Wan-Bissaka? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical. I kind of hope it doesn't happen. I'd really like to see that money go somewhere else, like on a different position.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think we should be doing here? Like, we've only got a couple of weeks left in the transfer market?
Yeah, I think we need to. See, I as much as I'm saying I want Lindelof as a CDM, I still think a signing of a CDM would be great. But even down our both wings, really, potentially. We need. I know we've got the likes of Dan James, and he's coming off a really great tournament. His confidence is going to be high, and I do think he brings a lot more to the table than people say he does. But I just think we need a bit more depth in the attack, because we're struggling there at the moment. Because for me, Rashford isn't good enough on the ball, in his outfield play. You've got obviously Greenwood doing well now. His confidence is back up. We've got in Sancho. We've obviously got Bruno kind of putting in balls, but I don't know. We just need a little bit more depth, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that finishing product.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, with Rashford as well, the injury that he's got, and has he had surgery already?
Yeah, he's had it now. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to take a little while to recover from that, and sometimes players never recover from it. Like, I was talking about it to people. I was like, just have the surgery, but then some players actually opt not to do it because it can take a very long time to get back to fitness. Do you think he's going to be all right? Because I know he's had such a difficult year and a half. He's been doing all this campaigning work for free school meals, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Really amazing, but on the field he's not been as good, and I wonder whether so much of the media stuff just is too much for him. Maybe
it's a distraction, in my opinion. As much as the work he's doing is absolutely 100% amazing, and not many people do as much as he's done, but his first job is a footballer, and I think his ability has dwindled due to the concentration. Like, he'll be playing and then, or the same day, he'll be at food bank, and I just think, as much as what you're doing is absolutely amazing, currently your job is a footballer, and you're not currently. His goals and goal assists last season were great. Don't get me wrong. I think they could have been higher, in all honesty, but he kept finding himself offside. He was losing the ball quite a bit. I think I get annoyed because I know the potential of him and how good Marcus Rashford is, but we're not getting everything from him.
Yeah, even with England, I don't know why they picked him for England, knowing that he had the injury in it. They were trying to play him, and he was trying really hard, but he just didn't look up to it at all. And I worry that he's got pipped already by Greenwood, and I want to see both of them together because they're our youth, they've gone through the ranks, and them two together when they're on their form and they're on top form, I think they'd be great, especially with Cavani as well this season, having Greenwood, Rashford, Sancho all around him. It's going to be incredible. I just hope he comes back, Lauren, because Rashford's he's that player that stood out to me. Like, it reminded me of the past United. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
English, Mank-born, and loves the club. Like, we haven't had a player like that for a very long time.
No, yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong. I've got a Rashford shirt. Like, I genuinely love him. I think that's why I'm getting so angry.
Yeah.
Because I know how good he can be and how well he can play for the club. You just want to see that.
Yeah, I was like that with Sebastian Veron when he come.
Oh, yeah.
Love him. He just never made it. And I was like,
No.
being harsh to myself a little bit. You know, I was like, what's he doing? Why is he not playing like he does for Argentina and co?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it happens, isn't it, sometimes in football. It's Forlan as well. It happened with him, didn't it? He was a hero of mine. He come in and I was like, wow. And then he didn't do very well. And then he went on to do great things. So yeah, it's one of those ones. I just really hope Rashford stays and he's good enough to play. I mean, maybe a striker, maybe Greenwood on the wing to see how he copes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, with that Greenwood goal against Leeds, the way he ran from the halfway line pretty much, wasn't it? And just slotting it home like that.
That's what he can do. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? The way he can come from the wing is absolutely unbelievable. He can just skirt past. It reminds me a bit of Giggs as well.
Yeah.
Just skirting past, getting through everyone.
Yeah.
So we could keep him on the wings and get another striker as well. You know, we do have options, but we just need to be. I'm not complaining about this window because this is probably one of the best windows we've had in a while.
Yeah.
But one more would just be good. Maybe we're being greedy, but one more would be just what we need.
Get Haaland. Come on.
Oh, yeah, please.
Imagine that. Cavani, Haaland, and Greenwood, Pogba. Oh, before I shout out some comments, we will talk a little bit about Pogba here.
Mm-hmm.
Muncie Talks Football TV. Hello, Mel. Hello, Talk. Yes, Matt, can't wait to watch another great show. Thank you, mate. Harshil Shah says, how you doing? Doing all good. We both are. Hi, Matt. Was good win against Leeds. You'll beat Southampton on Sunday to going for a 3-1 win. See,
that's what we said.
I got to say you'll lose on November the 30th. Is that because we're playing Arsenal? I think it might be.
So.
We're not going to lose against you. There's no way. No way at all. No way. Big up, Charlie Hibbert. Happy birthday as well, mate. Static says, hey, Matt. Big up, mate. And Miss Melina, big up the panel. Thank you for joining. Oh, my God. I'm so tired today. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Miss Mel. Everybody smash the like, share, subscribe if you can. It means a lot. We're going to talk about Pogba for a little bit here then, just to finish up in the next 10 minutes. What are you thinking of that situation? He clearly says he's not going to go anywhere this summer. It looks like he might run out his contract. He's in talks with Mino Raiola to maybe look at possible clubs to come in for him next season. But with COVID crisis and La Liga crisis, of course, we all know about La Liga crisis. They can't anybody at the moment.
No.
So where is he going to go? Is he going to go? Should he stay? I mean, and how much do you think they should offer him? Because he wants a lot of money, I think, from the
I think I have such a love-hate relationship with Pogba because I absolutely love him. I think he's class on his day. But for someone who is seen as world-class, he should be class every day, not just on his day. Yeah. I think I love seeing him in training. I love seeing him with all the other players. He seems to have a really positive, get my words out. You passed it on to me now. Yeah, he just has this positive effect on the team, I believe. But what my issue is obviously Raiola is a huge issue. But my issue is with when Raiola brings out these stupid statements. I know no one's going to go against their agent, but I'd just like a little bit more backing and reassurance for the club if that's what he says he wants, he wants to stay. But my worry is now if he's going to play out this contract, we can't let him on a free. That'd be absolutely embarrassing because that's then twice we've let him go.
Yeah, twice, and we let Herrera go on a free as well, and that was a mistake, I think, as well. Yeah.
And PSG will just take him because Poch even said in a press conference, I think it was yesterday, going on. I think he was asked about Pogba, and he said the unexpected may happen. We don't know.
What, for this
So
now?
yeah,
Oh, don't do that.
I know.
Because that's bad. If he leaves and we've only got, say, like a week or two left in the transfer window, how are we going to replace such a player? I can't see it.
I don't think it's going to happen personally. I think it's just Poch is being asked the question. He's kind of just leaving it open. I think Raiola would have a lot more to say if it was nearly done. But
Do you reckon Mino Raiola's actually spoke to Poch and said, "Can you say this for me?"
probably it wouldn't surprise me. The amount of money's he got, he'd be putting backhanders to him.
Probably are. There's probably some sort of connection between Mino Raiola and PSG because that's where the money is.
Definitely.
And he loves money, so yeah, makes sense. So you don't think he's going to go? Do you think if they offer him a contract though, that's good enough for him at Man United? Seeing as we've got players in as well, and it looks kind of nice if you're Paul Pogba right now, and you're looking at the team and the squad, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, where would I go right now and it'd be better than this? Apart from PSG, of course, they are a very good team at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, where else is going to attract him? I don't think anywhere else apart from PSG.
That's the thing. I just don't think there is. The big players, you know, Messi has just gone. He'll have Herrera with him. You know, I think the attraction is there with the money, but then you think that I'm confused how they're getting like Messi when it was the first season in years and years that they hadn't won the league. That's a big worry to me. And how are they still bringing? I know it's only one, but I don't know how many. I can't remember how many years it is that they've won the league consecutively, to then not win it under Poch. But people are still going there because I think there's just too much money in that club. I don't understand where this money's coming from to be getting these players.
I actually thought Poch got sacked at first because he didn't win. If you don't win the league for PSG, you should probably be sacked. But I know he only had a year, so I don't know whether that's something to do with it. I'd like to see Paul Pogba stay. I don't want to give him too much money because then I worry that you get all the other players going, well, what about me? If he's on 400, why can't I be on 300? Why can't I be on more? And then you get disputes, don't you, of who's on what? I mean, you saw that with De Gea as well, which is a good point to finish off with, the goalkeeper situation. Arsenal's goalkeeper situation is a lot worse, but we won't. Idiot. Inez out, bloody Ramsdale. What are you doing? But De Gea or Henderson? Who is it for you? Who do you prefer?
It's such a hard one, but I think for me, it's Henderson. I know, to be fair, De Gea isn't old at all, but I'm looking to the future, and I like a young squad.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I have a soft spot for Henderson. I think when De Gea was away for the birth of his daughter, I think our centre backs played better in front of Henderson. They looked more confident. So I do believe he has a very good, he plays a very good role in that goal. It's hard though. I kind of want to sit on the fence because De Gea's done so amazing for us, where he's come from having laser eye surgery at the start of his career and then being the best keeper in the world. One iffy season and we just kicking him out, So it's a hard one, but I think if I'm looking to the future and building this kind of united squad, I think Henderson.
Right, yeah, I'm still 50-50. Henderson had a great season, didn't he, for Sheffield United a couple of seasons ago, and that's what made us bring him back. I just felt it was kind of wrong to put him on the wages so high at start. He probably would have been cool with like a lot less than that. I think he sort of looked at it and went, "Wow, you're giving me that?" Like, 'cause I think that both together, it's about $500,000 a week, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Which is a lot for two goalkeepers. Yeah, but De Gea, he's been on and off, hasn't he? Recently, in the last like 3 or so seasons, people have been skeptical about him, and he's not been making the saves that he used to for the club. But then I feel we kind of got to owe him a little bit of gratitude because of who in the history of Man United has won like player of the season being a goalkeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
I
random.
think you've got to remember though, we did nearly go to Real Madrid.
Fax machine.
Yeah. Fax machine problems apparently. But like you got to think like, okay, any Spanish player gets offered Real Madrid, you're probably going to take it, aren't you? But has he kept the loyalties all the time? Because he's always been linked to Real Madrid as well, and he's never, as I say about Pogba, he never really kind of stood his ground and said, no, I'm staying, I want to stay at this club. So, can't have one for one and one for the other.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, he's also from Atletico, isn't he, originally? Yeah. So him going to Real Madrid would hurt them too. So yeah, I kind of get that. I think for both clubs, it's disrespectful in a way, like to be talking about go Real Madrid, etc. And then it didn't happen because of a fax machine. Which I don't believe that one bit. But
no, I don't. I remember watching it all, and I was like,
he was gone.
billion-dollar companies, you billion-dollar clubs, and you're getting a fax wrong. No.
They could have sent it on the flight of a sparrow, and it would have serious. Like, come on, like, sort of
ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that never happens to us anyway, where we try and get a player and someone says, "Sorry." I'm surprised Real Madrid didn't do it to us for Varane. Like, wait right until the end and then go, "Oh, sorry, the fax machines Wi-Fi's gone down." Or
make it even.
I know, right? I was surprised that he sold him to us as well, because Real Madrid don't usually sell us players, do they? I mean, we had Di Maria, didn't we? I think that's the
and look how that happened.
Well, he's at bloody. They say he's still at PSG, and he now, and he's just won for America, and he's got Messi playing with him once again. Oh dear, Barcelona.
They've just got it cushy over there at PSG. Telling you,
money. By the way, yeah, that's the thing. They got them on freeze. Pretty much all their players on free.
Yeah.
Messi, is it the goalkeeper as well? Donnarumma?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then obviously, as I was saying, Herrera. That's how they're getting. Huh?
Who did you say?
Herrera.
Sorry, Herrera. No, Herrera's gone Flamengo, isn't he?
Oh, we don't talk about him.
Why?
I may or may not have an Andreas Pereira shirt.
Oh, that's all right. That's not your fault. He was meant to be a great player for us, and his loan spells in Spain were doing good. And now, I mean, my mate, big up Marley from Rio, he was asking me. He's like, he's gone to Flamengo. I think it's Flamengo. I hope I've got that right. And apparently, everybody hates Flamengo.
Oh,
like they're a really bad club. You can look into it. Like everybody around the world of football doesn't like Flamengo, and apart from the fans, of course.
Yeah.
But there's something to do with some players died or something, and they wouldn't give out compensation. I can't remember what it was all about. On a private chat at some point.
Yeah.
It's quite. I'm quite worried about him because he's joining a club where the politics is not very good.
Because he wanted to go back to Lazio, didn't he? But his last loan there was not great.
He had a good one in Spain, didn't he? Though
when he was at Granada, I think it was his first loan move.
The one.
He was taking some absolute mega free kicks and everything. He just couldn't do it at United, and some people just can't, can they? You can do it in pre-season, as he's now known as pre-season Pirlo, but some people can, some people can't. I always think about like Depay, what a player he is. We might not have given him enough time, but in that time he didn't really do it for us.
Well, yeah, where did he go? He went to Lyon, and now he's at Barcelona, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's only gone to Barcelona because of their troubles at the moment and the wage
Yeah,
bill.
yeah,
So I don't think he would have gone there otherwise. I think they were looking at it like, look, he's a great player. He's not going to be a lot for wages. And I think, like you say, with us, he was amazing at PSV. When he come to us, it just didn't seem to work out right. And I kind of feel harsh for him because I don't think like a lot of players wanted to really be there. You know,
not
like
in that era, no.
didn't happen with Falcao, did it either? You know,
Oh God,
he went to
yeah.
Chelsea, didn't work there either, and then he goes to where did he go again? He went somewhere else, didn't he? Was it back to Monaco? And he's smashing it again.
It's just it's sickening to seeing it though when you watch these players not really do it for us, and then they go back or go somewhere else, and they're absolutely storming it.
Diego Forlan's one of them players who
Yeah, that's a tough one, that, isn't it?
it hurt. It really hurt. He must be our first Uruguayan player after Cavani. I don't think we've had any other Uruguayan players.
I can't think of.
No, I don't think so. Probably is one somewhere, like reserves.
Years and years, maybe as well.
Just to finish up, then we're going to shout out your socials, let everyone know where they can find you, Lauren. But yeah, Cavani, excited for probably his last season for us now, isn't it? He's at that age. He does want to go home. They say home, but he wants to go to Boca Juniors, which is in Argentina.
Yeah. Which
I don't know.
I'm not sure what that is. I don't know whether did he play for them.
He might have started at Boca Juniors. I've
got a weird feeling that I was doing one of them riddles about like players being connected. I've got a weird feeling he might have done, but it might just be a home that isn't home.
Well, it's close, so I guess.
Yeah.
It's like playing in Wales and you live in London. It's one of those things. Yeah, you excited for this season for him? I mean, I'm glad to see him back again because I think the fans love him as well, don't they? You know.
Oh God, yeah.
Were they singing him at the game the other day, even though he weren't?
Yeah, we at the pubs beforehand and everything.
El Matador.
Yeah, it was unreal. Like I'm excited for him. I think when we first signed him, I had a lot to say. Panic buys, man, what are we doing? It's shirt sales, just business. He's not going to do it. How wrong I was, and I will happily always admit at doing a 180 on a player. And I got him on the back of my shirt last season as well. So, I absolutely love him, and I cannot wait to be in the ground watch him score at the Stretford end.
Yeah, is that why you got the shirt then? Was it when he scored that lob? Did you decide like that's when I want to get the shirt now? Did you do it?
I think that was not at the start of the season. No. Yeah, I had there was a few moments where I was like, no, I love this man. This man's amazing. I can't not have him on the back of my shirt because I didn't know whether he was going to go at the end of last season as well. So I wanted to get him on the back of my shirt before he left because I wanted to have him on my shirt when he played amazing.
Yeah, I you know what? Even when he leaves, I think I'll probably get a shirt of his name on it, just because he's outstanding player. He's world class, and like I was like you, and I was skeptical. I was like, oh, he's old now. It's another Ibrahimovic, but he's not quite up to Ibrahimovic standard. I'll take that back. He actually can do the things that Ibrahimovic did for us. It's just a shame.
Can I just say he's better? He's done better.
He has.
Than Ibra.
Well, yeah, he has. I mean, the only thing that he hasn't done better is winning a trophy.
That's yeah.
Only thing denying him, but I think this season we might win something. I hope.
I've got faith in us. I think so. I think it's probably going to be a domestic, but trophy's a trophy, isn't it? Really, in this day and age of being a United fan, a trophy is a trophy.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I wanted to ask you. So, if we don't make top four, but win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, is that a success, or is it not?
Oh, that is
difficult. That one. I've had to think about that. I still can't answer it. I'm just not sure whether it is or not.
I think if we won both, I could let Ollie pass for another year.
Yeah.
Because I'd say, did we let the Prem slide a little bit because we were concentrating on getting those trophies? If we're only winning one and we're not hitting top 4, then that's an embarrassment, and it's time to look at what Ollie's doing, depending on how we play and what he does in the season.
What about this question? Right, here's one for you. We finish 8th, but we win the Champions League.
For me, Champions League over Premier League all day, every day. Now, hear me out. Right. The Premier League's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
But the absolute magic of Champions League nights, they're things like the younger generation as well, remember. They're the nights that give us the essence of football.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And I think winning that Champions League after all these years would turn the club upside down. And I think it'd make people wake up, and we could potentially be back in the era of when we go against a team, they're scared of us again.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, yeah, we'd finish 8th, but we'd win the Champions League. We'd be back in the Champions League. So it wouldn't really matter about where we finish with it if we won the Champions League. We're in it next year.
Yeah, and I think as well, we can then, once we've done it that season, then you've got something to improve on next season, is working the Champions League and the Premier League together.
Yeah, agreed. Lauren, that's it. We'll wrap it up there. It was brilliant.
Yes.
Nice
fantastic.
If you'd like to shout out your social media platforms and tell everybody, actually, before we do that, sorry, I've got a few comments here. A very good evening, panel. Big up Mr. B from the Man United Agenda. They're going live at 8 o'clock. Do check them out. Really love the channel. Jordan Hyman from Jamaica there, mate. Big up the panel. Mate, I'm always jealous when you come in because I know you're just sunning it up on a beach somewhere. Weather. And Amondi, big up my guy. Hi, guys. Great show. Diego Forlan. Yes. Legend. Just not for us, unfortunately. Somewhere else. Yeah, Lauren, would you like to tell everybody where they can find you? And thank you so much as well for coming on today. It means a lot.
No, thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully more to come, potentially.
Yes.
So my Twitter and Instagram are both at Lauren Paige Souls. On my Twitter, you'll find all football, boxing and F1. So if you like them as well, come and join.
Brilliant. There it is, just on the left-hand side there.
Yes.
Sorry.
There.
Hey, Lauren, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Go check out Lauren's content. Go check her out on Twitter, etc., etc. And hopefully we'll get Lauren back on again soon.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Everybody, smash subscribe, share, like if you can. It means a lot. And we're back tonight, 10 o'clock, to talk about, the Gooners. Marley's back with Gunners from All Corners tonight at 10 o'clock with loads of people on the panel. So please do check that out if you're a Gooner. Even if you're not, just come in, have a laugh, give them banter, because that's all they are. They're a banter club. Sorry, everybody, but that's just true. So, big up Talk. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much for doing everything you have done for the channel recently, mate. I'm so tongue-tied today, Lauren. I can't sort it out. It must be that country life that I've been.
You need a rest. That's what it is.
I do. I seriously do. So, everybody, enjoy the game on Sunday, and we will see you next Thursday for another episode of United Across the Globe. But until then, have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh. Here we go. Bye-bye.